we've been kind of talking around about it, but I want you to give a good description for somebody that's never heard of the word fintech or Fintech Today. How would you describe what you are doing, what you are building?
Oof, how much time do we have?
we got a lot of time and a lot of wine. So
fintech, I always say, like, think of something like Venmo or PayPal, but also think of like how all the finance apps are on your phone now. Think about whenever you connect your bank account to something else and it offers like integration where you don't have to like type in your account info. Remember when PayPal used to be like, we're going to put 2 small deposits in your bank account. Please type these in and we'll verify it. Like, fintech makes it so you don't have to do that 99% of the time, and it can just like magically integrate it together. So that is fintech. It's taken off a lot during the pandemic, just given that people could not go to bank branches or buy things in the store. You had to do everything online or on your phone. And then Fintech Today is a newsletter publication and community platform. As of now, there's other things that we're working on that really keep you up to date on everything that's going on in fintech, as well as our premium subscription offers access to a Slack community where you can connect with other founders and experts in the space, as well as a premium newsletter that's going to be more deeper dives into what's going on. So it's not going to be just this analysis of like, hey, here's what's been announced in the recent days and what you should care about. It's going to be like, all right, here's what's been announced and like, why should I care about that? Or like, here's this big new trend that we're watching that's coming out. So it just takes it that like one step further.
Yeah. And you do a lot of work. You know, I see your emails and sometimes I'm like, damn, is she emailing me about the podcast or is she just sending out another newsletter? And I want to know the behind the scenes of your creative process because, like I said earlier, curators are the new creators, and the fact that they make all this content that's out there, they make it easy for us to consume. And I want to know, how do you consume all that and then curate it for all of us? Like, what's your creative process?
Yeah, so there's different websites that I go to, and this is like my job of just trying to make it easier for the readers. I don't want you to have to go to TechCrunch, The Journal, Bloomberg, CNBC, FinExtra, like all these places to find out what's going on. I want to do that job for you. So some days are easier than others. There's some days where there's just so much going on that you kind of have to like wean it down a little bit, because I don't want the newsletter to just be so long. Like max, I really want like 10 stories in there. And even that's kind of pushing it, just because we've divvied it up between like company news, funding and M&A news, and then crypto news. So between all 3 of those, having more than 10, it just gets to be such a long email. So there are some days where it's like, okay, cool. There's like these 8 big stories. We're just going to focus on those. There's other days where it's like, crap, there's like 20 different things and like 15 funding rounds that happen. How do I pick which one that we need to write about? So a little bit of it is like my own discretion, just based on my, years of experience in fintech. And I kind of go based on what ones people are posting about in the community and like having questions on and seems like they're interested in. And then other times it's like, if there's this really big round in Latin America versus this tiny seed round in the US, I'm probably going to focus on that massive round in Latin America, just because it's like, all right, Latin America is really hot right now and it's a really big round. So probably someone like Cotu or Tiger or Sequoia or something like that led it. And I think our community needs to know about it.
So would it be a good description if, let's say, somebody didn't subscribe to the newsletter yet, would a good description be the morning brew of fintech, or do you not want that comparison?
To a certain extent, yeah. So the free newsletter is definitely like a morning brew of fintech. The paid one is more of a deeper dive. That would be less like morning brew. That one would be more like a lot of the Substacks that you might subscribe to. So like Eric Newcomer, Casey Newton, and other people that are, charging a little bit of money every single month to have access to the stories and exclusive news that they're doing.